Jesus,
vicariously.
Julie goes out of town and you want to fuck an alien.
I'm not, no, not me.
I know, you just want to watch two aliens
I like
fuck.
watching.
Yes,
I like
okay.
watching.
Hi there, and welcome to Hav and Charles Talk Comics. I am your host, Charles Harry, and I'm here with my very, very good friend who's trying not to laugh for absolutely no reason, Javier Gonzalez. Hi, Hav. How are you?
I'm great, Charles. I don't know why I was trying to stifle the laugh there since we're recording, but so Charles does this kind of countdown, like, okay, let's do it, go silent, do a 10 count, and then we'll start the pod recording and whatnot. And I don't know why.
Oh, shit. Am I supposed to be recording?
Oh my gosh.
No. That joke. Sorry.
I know. Every time he does that, I find it really funny to just sit there in silence, and then Charles inevitably will do something. He'll do a 10 count. Like this time you waved, and just that even got me going a little bit.
That was it about, I know it was kind of silly because I also sometimes I do a 10 count. Sometimes I'll count down with my hands. I used sign language counting once, and he was really confused about that. He laughed at it because he always mocks people with disabilities.
True.
And today I just waved at him, but it was about 14 or 15 seconds because I let it go on a little bit. So because he's looking at me, he's trying not to look at me. And so I waved at him, and he just started I just waved.
I don't know. I'm easily amused. I'm easily. Are you gonna look? You can take me down by the river and have me pet a bunny. Just
okay.
Go.
So this is episode 2 of season 5.
Look at you using episode instead of.
No, I'm really good about calling what we do episodes. I'm really bad about calling.
Oh, that's right. See, and I messed that up. You usually do the issues instead of episodes.
Yeah, I call issues. Yeah, I never say, hey, welcome to issue 2 of season 5. That would.
That's true. You don't flip it.
No.
Huh.
It goes the other way. I'm too TV centric instead of comic book centric.
Well, hey, speaking of TV or motion pictures or moving pictures in general, we happenstance. Last time when we were doing suggestions to read, what we're reading today, we both had in our back pocket something to suggest, and coincidentally enough, I suggested a Star Trek thing. And Charles, unbeknownst to me, was suggesting a Star Wars thing.
That is correct.
And I think that is whatever you want to call it, kismet, or I don't know, just a great coincidence.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's basically both Hav and I's favorite franchises. Well, it's Hav's favorite 2 franchises, I think. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. Alien Prometheus is your favorite thing of all time.
That's my favorite Alien. The Alien franchise is now my favorite bad franchise.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It's Dark Phoenix is your favorite movie ever.
Yes, there you go. Yes, closely followed by Morbius.
Yeah, but Star Wars and Star Trek have a deep background for both of us. We both loved them both since a very young age. So yeah, it was really funny. I also found something very funny. So when we were talking about Squirrel Girl last episode, Hav mentioned that he really liked this Ryan North fellow, and he wants to suggest him some other time. I pull up the Star Trek Lower Decks thing, front and center, written by Ryan North. I'm like, oh, well, good job, Hav. Yeah.
I had no idea. And we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I had no idea that what I suggested was also by Mr. North. Well, and just some, I guess, not housekeeping, but from last episode, Ryan North won an Eisner for Squirrel Girl for Best Comic for Teens.
Oh, really?
He won an Eisner for what we read last time.
I can understand that. That was a really awesome comic book.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, totally get it. Yeah, so, look, I've always said, and much to the chagrin or disbelief of people, maybe you included, maybe not, you're not like that. Like, people ask, well, which one do you like better? There's always this whole thing. Which one do you like better? Do you like Star Trek better, or do you like Star Wars better? Pick one. I was like, I don't have to. I like both, and I know it's easy to say I like them equally. Sometimes I like more stuff that's coming out with the Star Trek stuff. Sometimes it's Star Wars. Of course, I tell anybody, and Julie a lot of times, I'm living in a sci-fi comic book dream world right now that all this is coming out, and now we have content coming out pretty consistently, both Star Wars based and Star Trek based. It is amazing because, during the dark times of like I don't know, even go back to like before Star Trek The Next Generation came out, like in the mid 80s, there was nothing.
Yeah. I have never been asked that question, says the guy wearing his Star Wars t-shirt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Do you have a favorite? I think Star Wars, you'd say Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars, it was literally the first movie I remember seeing in the theater.
Me too.
So, and I was just so in love with it from such an early age. I didn't start watching Star Trek The Next Generation until I was in junior high. Not The Next Generation, never watched that till I was an adult. Star Trek the original series, sorry. I watched that in junior high and fell in love with it because I read a lot of science fiction, so I thought that was great. And I saw the movies. I didn't keep watching the movies because I think I bowed out after the
whale one.
The whale one, yeah, pretty much. I think I've seen some of the other ones, but they did not make any. I was just like, oh man, they're just making movies now. That's
Well, there's a thing that the even numbered movies, especially with the original series, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Then the whale one is an even number, and then the last one, Undiscovered Country, which is the fall of the Soviet Union.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I thought it was the odd number ones are the better. I thought the whale one was an odd numbered one.
No, there's another one.
Because it was after the Search for Spock.
Search for Spock was 3.
Yeah.
Whale one is 4.
So it's the even number movies that are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because the 4. Okay, that was what you're saying. Yeah, the odd number ones are not good. I need to watch as an adult. I think I've only seen the motion picture like one time, and that was on TV with commercials. So at some point, I really need to watch it because people are like, "That was terrible," or not terrible, but
it was trying to be a little bit of. It was trying to be 2001. I swear, it was like trying to be like 2001: A Space Odyssey and kind of heady, and also the big unfortunate thing about that one is the guy that plays Commander Decker, and that is a Seventh Heaven guy that self-admittedly raped kids.
Do what with who now?
The blonde-headed guy that plays the second in command.
I understand who he is, but
he's came out that he multiple occasions at least documented. Yeah.
Oh my.
Underage girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's going to run for president?
Well, he's going to win, and
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to take over when. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, so that's weird. That's weirdness about it.
Yeah, that is. Okay, now less wanting to watch the movie.
Yeah, I have it's one of those things. I don't know. Do you watch stuff when you like? I can't watch anything Bill Cosby, and I have trouble listening to Michael Jackson songs.
I don't listen. I don't do Bill Cosby. I've taken Bill Cosby jokes out of my repertoire. Nope, done with that. Don't want to do that. So yes.
Yeah. Anyways,
I do. I don't want to promote that behavior. So.
Okay. Well, okay. Enough about that. So you suggested the older comic again.
Yes.
Is this twice in a row?
This is twice in a row. Okay.
I found it. I found Mr. Chicken.
For some reason, Hav had some elective surgery a while back that when he squeezes his penis, it makes that noise.
Always with the sex in the private parts with you.
That's not the. I mean, I'm just disturbed that you whip it out and squeeze it, and it makes that noise, and you show it to me.
Yeah, I show you my rubber chicken, which is what I call my penis. I got him. You can laugh into the microphone. It's okay, baby. Okay, so you suggested the Star Wars.
Yes, I suggested a comic book that was built based off the original screenplay of the Star Wars. Full disclosure, it's not great. It's really not. It's more of a fun read if you know some of the history of the Star Wars universe, and it's fun to read some things that ended up in the movie and some things that have ended up throughout all of the movies, because they've really used his original screenplay and some of the ideas in it to build out the universe, because he went deep into some stuff sometimes, and he culled it way down to make Star Wars, which is what Hav and I will always refer to, Episode 4, A New Hope.
Right.
This is going to be my old man thing forever. People like, when I say Star Wars and the Utes,
which one?
The Utes go, which one? I'm like, dude, if I say Star Wars, you know which one I'm saying.
Yes, unless I say Empire or Return of the Jedi.
Empire, Return of the Jedi,
Anything
episode
else, everything
1 through
else has a
3,
name.
whatever. Yeah.
Other than Star Wars. I was going to mention, yes, it's based. So, well, and then I suggested Lower Decks based on the animated Star Trek TV show, and that came out in 22. The comic book. Yours came out in 2013. So we're going to start there.
Yes.
The Star Wars, based on a very early or the first draft, apparently, that doing some digging on the Wikipedia, he was writing it around in about 74. And had a full 132-page rough draft. And like you said, there's a lot of stuff that ends up in what we know as Star Wars, but it is vastly different.
Yeah,
but not
it's
necessarily.
vastly.
Some of the stuff that was in there.
A lot of the notes are the same, and a lot of like major things are the same. There is a Death Star, basically. There is a princess that needs rescuing,
And she's called Leia.
There is a young farm boy who wants to fuck her. Actually, he's not a farm boy. He's actually a young Jedi.
Right.
At the time. The Jedi were not quite... Well, in fairness, the Jedi were about as well developed in this comic as they were in the first movie. Yeah.
You get more, although I would say this, there was enough like backstory talked about in A New Hope Star Wars because just a little bit when Obi-Wan's talking to Luke in his little hut about the Clone Wars and that he fought alongside his father. That's what led to, I think, some of the prequels wanting to be, or I always wanted to know, what are the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Who were the clones? Who was in charge of them? There's a lot of stuff that's not fleshed out in this, but there are, like you said, I think the beats. Anakin Starkiller in this is the son of Cain Starkiller, who is more machine than man, as they show. Early on, like the first few pages of the first issue, his kid brother and Cain's youngest son is killed by a Sith because they're still hunting down the Jedi Bandu. What are they calling them?
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
The Jedi Bendu.
Which is Bendu from something, by the way? I meant to Google that. And
well,
I didn't.
Bendu is now the middle. So you have the Jedi, the light, the Sith, the dark, and the Bendu, the middle. But in originally he was calling it the
Jedi Bendu.
The Jedi Bendu. So then he kind of separated that because the lore has gone that you can walk different paths through the Force. Right. You can be on the side of the light, you can be on the side of the dark, and you can run the middle. There's a lot of that going on. You get a lot of that if you watch
Ahsoka.
Well, yeah, but Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is where you really get into that. They even there is an episode where they end up in where she ends up in Ahsoka, the Between the Worlds, the land between the worlds. She gets rescued when Vader was about to kill her by the hero of, what is his, damn it. I love that little
I know
dude.
From Rebels. I know what you're talking about.
He pulls her in, and then he puts her back after he's gone because he saves her right as he's going to be. It was funny because my nephew and I were watching the episode where she seemed to have died, and this is where we have that conversation. We've had that conversation a lot when we're watching things because he was younger, which is is she dead? I was like, did you see the body? He's like, no. And then he goes, is she dead? I was like, I don't know. It depends on what the writers want. But my guess is no, because you didn't see her die. So they don't want to, they want to leave that. That's a bookmark. It's we can kill her off. We can not kill her off.
We can leave her dead.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want with it.
I was just caught the end of Doctor Strange, into the whatever, the one with the Scarlet Witch.
Okay, yeah.
And when she collapses the whole thing on her, I don't see a body. So if they want to bring her back. And,
well, that's exactly what you do. And that's what even if they kill you in a comic books and you see the body, they bring them back. So
yes.
So what we're looking at in Ahsoka, you were bringing that up. So there is a before that, there was a Clone Wars episode where they went to a planet where there was a father, a daughter, and a son. The father was the middle, the daughter was the light, and the son was the dark. And It was Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. And there was a big thing going on there. And there is an owl that represented the daughter. The daughter died in that. And basically what the theory is, and they kind of play it out, is that Ahsoka has taken on the light. She is the light because you see that white owl with her.
Huh.
That's
Okay.
like her. Yeah. So that goes along with her, like it's an avatar of the light. And on this planet, at the end of the Ahsoka series, you've seen it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Well, unless there's a new series, there's a new.
no. Season 1.
Okay.
Season 1.
Season 1. Okay.
So
yes,
at the
then I've seen
end
it.
of that, when they're on the planet, they have 3 people. They have the gentleman who passed.
Yes.
Is
he was
there.
so good.
And he is not a dark side user. He's a Force user. He was a Jedi, but he is going towards the middle there.
Yeah.
He is really, that is his thing, because he says to his apprentice, you have to follow your path. I have to follow mine, kind of thing. And that's what Ahsoka is doing with her apprentice, is they're following their path. And so I'm looking forward to this next season. I think it's going to be fun, especially since it is killing me that his name is not popping into my head.
Oh, the guy
Yes.
with the blue hair.
Yes.
I know exactly who you're talking. Anybody
Yeah, I
that's
know. Anybody that
They'll
knows
know,
everything
they'll-
knows
they'll
exactly
figure it out.
which little Jedi it just might.
it'll come to you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't sleep enough the last few days.
So look, okay, that's all Star Wars stuff, but this comic is interesting to for all sorts of reasons. And yeah, no, look, it's not flesh. It's essentially a first draft. And guess what? I've never been in the business or in writing or making screenplays or making or writing them, whatever you want to do with it. I would bet most times there are, and you read about it, multiple drafts, lots of different people putting their, making some revisions, making some changes, contributing, things subtracted, things added. The fact of the matter is there's a lot in here that does make it to the end. And some of the stuff that did make it, I like the fact that Prince Valorum, the Sith Lord that's in this, Charles, the fact that he joins up with the rebels at the end is fascinating and cool. And that he's independent from the Emperor and the Empire. And the Sith are kind of their own thing. That's an interesting kind of thing.
It was a nice concept. I did like what they did with the Sith eventually, but it was a good idea. It just, I don't know if it necessarily.
And I think this was it though. They didn't continue this universe on, did they?
Oh yeah, no, they didn't. They were doing this as a kind of a fun thing. They had to go get approval from.
Oh yeah, I read that in the beginning.
Yeah.
That it took some doing, and they had to show him. They had to show George Lucas.
Yeah, they had to show.
They had that.
Yeah, they showed him some art on what they were doing,
what they were thinking for before he would green light it and let them do it.
Yeah,
I would be. You know what? Yeah, I was liking in some things, but I really liked that part of it. The Sith kind of being independent of the Empire and choosing to go with the rebels, and it kind of being a love-hate relationship with the Jedi. Oh, okay. So let me keep on going here real fast. So you have this. I talked about Anakin Starkiller, his dad, Kane Starkiller, who eventually gives up his power cell to do something to help the princess.
Yeah,
save the princess.
it's the princes. So there's Princess Leia, whose father was killed during this. So she is now the reigning monarch, and they have to rescue her and her 2 twin young brothers. They put them in these pods, and they need a battery to keep them alive. They had one, and he sacrifices his battery to put it in so he can keep the other boy alive.
Because essentially the only thing that's human on Kane Starkiller is like his head and an arm.
Yeah.
And all the rest is mechanical. And the kiddos are Windy and something else. Windy, I think, like Windy, and I'm blanking on the other boy, twin. Luke Skywalker is a veteran, old, crusty.
He's General Skywalker.
He's General Skywalker.
He is in charge of the entire planetary defense.
Achille is how I'm saying it.
Yes, because Alderaan is actually the capital city, not Coruscant.
Yes, that's another. There's a lot of Antilles is like a. Is he a spy? I think he's not a senator. Isn't it Senator Antilles? Is that the dad eventually of Princess Leia? Who's Antilles in the Star Wars?
No, I don't remember.
No, I'm blanking.
Too many names, man.
There's a lot of names,
and there are too many that go Antilles, as in Wedge Antilles, one of the only other people to survive the first battle with the Death Star. Wedge Antilles. This is another drop in by Charles. Enjoy the show. Back and forth with a lot of different people.
Han Solo is a green alien.
Yes.
Chewie is more not as hairy.
Well, and he's a giant Ewok. This is where
Yes.
the idea of having because this came up. They had an Ewok battle, but they had it with
Chewie,
Wookiees.
Wookiees,
They had it
thank
with
you.
Wookiees, and then he decided he wanted the Wookiee to be there. So when they got later, they repurposed that and made the Ewoks. So it was good.
There was some. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Well, this was legitimately, there was a lot going on in this.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
yes.
there was just so much. They pulled
It
a
was
lot of
dense.
this stuff. They pulled a lot of this stuff into all the other movies. So some of
And
these
spread it
ideas,
out.
they spread it out because this is.
There's the battle. There's the battle on the Chewbacca / Wookiee homeworld. Then they teach them how to fly X-wings
Oh dear Lord, that's right. They teach
in like a day.
Yes.
like you do.
yeah. They
Which
had to have
reminded
pilots.
me, of that bad L. Ron Hubbard adapted book into movie with John Travolta, and he plays Saw Gerrera in Rogue One. Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker was in that movie.
Yes,
Oh my.
he was, and I don't know if he was Scientology, but where it's been 1,000 years since us, but they all learned how to fly F-16s in that movie, like in a day. It was anyway, so that was fun. Also, I sent you screenshots because they don't do a really good job in this. All of a sudden, Leia and Anakin Starkiller have no interaction whatsoever. Then she loves him, then he doesn't love her, and then he decides, I
immediately
do
loves
love
it. Yeah, just immediately. No, when they and when they meet, he's like, "You have to leave." So she won't, and she's, "I'm the princess. You must bring."
He knocks her out.
He knocks her out. I have that screenshot right
He
here.
knocks her the fuck
I
out.
was like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious."
Hey, so I was reading this again. I could have Googled this. I did not. 132 pages for a screenplay. That's long, right?
Yeah, it's pretty long. 100. You generally figure it's a minute a page,
That's what I thought.
so that would be over 2 hours.
So in what this was based on, so that's all the general. So they, for some reason, the Empire really wants the Achille people, the planet. I'm not sure if it's for a resource. I forget what the impetus is
I
for
think
that.
they're just I think they're just expanding the empire. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the expansion of an empire, because that was the stuff they're talking about. Well, if she can take over and go here, we can stay, and if we can attack them, we can break the empire. This is very much. And it's a good thing he got beyond this and worked it out further, and it's probably good that he didn't get the rights to Flash Gordon, because that's what he wanted. He wanted the rights to Flash Gordon. So this is him starting out writing a Flash Gordon thing, and it's already deeper and better than the kind of Flash Gordon stuff, because Flash Gordon's just a serial and a comic, a comic strip, a pulp comic strip.
Yeah.
So. Not that obviously there's nothing wrong with that, except it was the serials he read as a kid. He watched as a kid in the movies, and they weren't great. They were just thrown together to entertain children. So he took that idea and said, "Okay, I'm going to make a movie that'll entertain children." But he just kept working it, and then he made a great movie that entertained children and some adults. And now all of us adults are whining because not you and I, but so many adults are whining, but it's not making me feel the way it did when I was 7. Well, dude, it's not gonna.
Right. No,
and
it'd be
they're
weird.
still trying to make it. And by the way, I'm going to say this. I loved Andor. Andor's great. I don't love it as much as a lot of people, but it was really good. I liked it. Okay, it was okay. No.
Don't spoil it. I for some reason have not been able to bring myself to watch the latest
Okay, that's
season
fine.
because I heard it's so dark and
It is.
kind of
It
a
is.
hard watch.
It is. It's really good though. And it was the same.
I've heard that too.
The second season is the same as the first season, where it just gets better as it goes, because
Oh wow.
which it needs to, because it doesn't start out great. It does, but differently, if you know what I mean. So my point being is, everybody talks about this is what Star Wars should be. The thing is, no, it's not. And I'm not saying don't make more things like that. I'm saying Star Wars isn't just one thing to everybody. It's a huge effing universe that they're playing in. They can do different things. And if you immediately go out and attack something that some people might enjoy just because it's not what you want, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's okay. I
be weird.
didn't like every fucking Marvel movie that much. Matter of fact, I've been on record here on the pod giving shit to a bunch of fucking Marvel movies. And before this latest group where everybody's like, see, these Marvel movies suck, they're not as fucking bad as some of the ones in the beginning.
Yeah, go try to watch the first Thor movie. And the second one.
Actually, I'll watch the first Thor movie all day. I won't watch the second one, and I have never seen the second Iron Man again, ever.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that. Darn it, I had something, I didn't write it down. That's my bad. Yeah, you mentioned Star Wars. For me, I have a I don't remember the movie exactly. We saw it in a drive-in theater.
Really?
Probably after it had been out for a while.
Okay.
I remember playing shoot 'em up around the cars with some kids in the next car.
Okay.
Like just with our fingers, like boom, 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 pew, 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 pew.
You've always been violent. Okay.
Yes, always with the laser guns. What else was there? There was something else. I was going to mention. So this draft, very early draft, if not the first draft. Then he goes on to do this draft was in 74, 75. He has another draft called Adventures of the Star Killer, Episode 1, The Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Reworks that. That eventually turns into Star Wars.
Okay.
So, and then 77 is when it's released.
So when they started filming, Mark Hamill has talked about this. When they first started filming the Tatooine shots in the script and referred to, he was Luke's Starkiller.
Yes.
He did not like the change to Skywalker. He said, I was already playing, that was the toughest thing about this. I'm already playing this whiny, wimpy person, and they take me from Starkiller to Skywalker. Skywalker works better overall, though, with the story, but still, that amused me.
Yes, that is good. That is good lore or just history about.
Yeah, that's just. And the funny thing is, because everything's connected, that came up on a Facebook reel or something, or a Facebook post that I was looking at, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So no, I really did. I hope you enjoyed it for what it was.
To me. When I was getting towards episode. Oh, I just did it. Episode 8, issue 8. I learned it from watching you. I learned it from watching you.
Yeah, that's how I learned.
When I was getting to issue 8, even issue 7, I was like, okay, they have a lot of stuff to wrap up here, and then it just ended.
Yeah.
Like the next thing I know, they're giving Chewie a medal, which is kind of nice, by the way.
Oh yeah, I like that they gave Chewie a medal. Yeah, it was he was a hero. One of the things I loved was R2D2 and C3PO
just talking,
and R2D2 talks. And I did like some of the lines. Some of the things that C3PO translates out loud are things R2D2 is saying in this. You called me a mindless philosopher, and going back and forth about that kind of stuff. They were really doing it. They were also Imperial droids. They were not. So they left, but then they were like, well, they'll kill us. I mean, they're just going to destroy us because we've deserted or whatever. So they're off for the fun.
And they can't do harm to people, period. Ever. Yeah. That's a universal, even if they're rebels or whatever, they have to obey their orders.
Yeah, he was going with some Asimov's three rules there, because they're supposed to protect themselves, but can't harm others. Can't lie.
So that's why at one point I think General Skywalker says, well, be careful what you tell them, because if they hear it, they'll tell the Imperial folks if they ever get a hold of them again.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's right. It's C3PO, R2D2, except for R2 eventually not speaking words and just doing the beep, 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 boop, beep, boop stuff. I think that relationship was pretty formed.
Oh, it was darn good. I do think it works better with him beeping.
Yes.
This was just, like I said, the whole point behind this was it was fun, and I wanted you to read it.
And I did.
Yeah, because there's, what are the...
you know what they did? I'm going back to it. They did just like they did in a New Hope, Star Wars. This just drops you in to a fully formed
a
place
fully formed
and
universe,
and just kind of let you learn as you go along. It just wasn't as good. It was a first draft. Yeah,
it was a first draft, and again, it was really leaning hard. This really seems like a slightly better serial that he would have watched as a kid.
Yeah.
So I mean, he just said like, okay, let me put in all these ideas I have into some sort of story, and he did, and then he looked at it and was like, okay, now how can I make this so it's good?
And it funneled it down, right? Yeah. Because you have Anakin, you have Kane Starkiller, you have Darth Vader, you have the Sith Lord, and he kind of down it probably to where he got it more tight. And then we get the greatness that is Star Wars.
Yeah. It was really cool. At some point, because it's also on Marvel Unlimited, we're going to read Alan Dean Foster's second Splinter in a Mind's Eye.
Oh, yes.
I read that as a kid, not as a comic book. I read the book. And what I learned as an adult was he wasn't sure he was going to be able to get the money to a whole big second movie. And he wasn't sure he was going to be able to get Harrison Ford back in it. So Alan Dean Foster wrote a screenplay and wrote a book, which they were planning possibly using. And since he wrote it, I found that fascinating reading about that. I haven't done any research. I just read an article about that a while ago. And I was like, oh, holy shit. But I really love that. It's not a great story, and it is completely different. It has some ideas going on that are not going to be...
Not as great?
They're not. They're certainly not canon. Let's put it that way. So it'll be worth reading. We might do that down the road.
Okay.
So since I'm going to nerd out...
I'll allow it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Anything else on the Star Wars?
No, I really don't really have that much more to say about it. It was fun. It was probably a little too long.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of places where they could have, because it was based on a rough draft, and they probably didn't want to change too much. So
yeah, but I'm of course we are all glad he stuck with it. I remember reading this something the other day that Stephen King, before he had his first deal, had not had anything picked up by any publisher and had been working on a manuscript or a novel for a long time and never felt like it was right, but he had done draft after draft after draft, and then he threw it in the garbage can. I forget his wife's name. His wife picks it up and says, "What are you talking about? This is great. Just submit this. I know you've been picking it." It was Carrie.
Oh, wow.
It was Carrie. He was about to trash it, and he had been working on it and redoing it, and then he just was never happy with it. But a lot of artists are like that, where they're always... writers, whatever, they're always picking at it until the very end, and even when they let it go. But Lucas.
Lucas is never done.
Yes, he's always tinkering. Okay, well then, hey, I think that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, well, thank you. So this was Hav and Charles talk. No, so we do have another one. We don't have any mail, Hav. No one loved us enough to send us mail, but
that's sad, chicken.
Okay.
Way to go, guys and girls that listen. You made chicken sad. Yes, I suggested this comic book based on the same title of this animated show called Lower Decks. And if you're not familiar with that, it's on the Paramount streaming platform, and it is about the crew in the lower decks of the Cerritos USS Cerritos starship.
And if you do not have Paramount Plus and do not wish to pay for Paramount Plus, you can get that at the public library. I know definitely you can get that at the Dallas Morning News. The Dallas Public Library. The Dallas Public Library has it because that's where I originally watched the first 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
I got the DVDs from there.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I'd heard about
it. I bet you maybe it's even streaming on Hoopla then. Maybe. So they
I don't know that it's streaming on Hoopla, but you can get, some people still have DVD players, Hav.
I have one.
Oh, I know you do, because that's how you watch those terrible movies over and over. You text Caesar and I, hey, this movie's on, and I know you just popped in that DVD and you're just riveted.
No, you know what? It is shocking how often Morbius is on, Dark Phoenix, Alien Covenant, Prometheus.
You know why they're on so often?
Because of people like me.
No. They don't charge that much for them because they're
they're cheap.
They're like, we need to show a movie. Hey, can we show this? They're like, you'll give us something to do that? Yeah, we'll do something. They're like,
they're trying to recoup that Morbius money, man.
Oh yeah, it's Morbin time.
Morbin time.
I have still never seen any of the Spider ancillary character movies.
Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter.
Nope.
I haven't seen either of those. I saw Morbius.
I have not seen any of them. I haven't seen Morbius. I haven't seen Venom. I have to feel part of the reason they're not succeeding is they can't pull me into it, because
if they can't get you,
if they can't get me interested in the villains, I mean, let me be blunt, they're not even doing the right villains. I mean, you might get me to watch well, if they did Flowers for Rhino, like that comic book, I might watch that.
Okay.
They did a Flowers for Algernon, but with the
Rhino?
I didn't
know that. That'd be interesting. Okay, now that's going to be on my list.
Yeah, it was interesting, and so you might be able to talk me into watching that. I kind of wish they do a cartoon version of it, because I don't know.
I'm just thinking, So Spider-Man has a very expansive, cool, unique rogues gallery.
Yeah.
And I know they got away with. I know they did Joker, kind of in its own thing with
Sure.
Joaquin Phoenix. But then they went back to the well again. And didn't that second Joker movie just bomb to all get out?
From what I understand, it did. Yeah.
I had no desire to see a sequel.
Well, yeah.
And the first one was really dark and disturbing and made you feel icky after me
really?
anyway,
Well,
not you.
I haven't seen it.
You never saw the first Joker?
I never saw the first Joker.
It was speaking of a hard watch, it was a hard watch, and it was not a feel good movie.
And don't get me wrong, I
surprise.
think Joaquin Phoenix is a really good actor.
He is an amazing
I
actor.
mean, and it's more proof that that the more insane you are, the better the act. No,
I'm just all that to say is I don't know that I would go see you know what? I'm watching The Penguin on the show.
well, see, I haven't watched that yet, but I kind of want to watch The Penguin. I'm not saying, but again, that's a
right.
show, and it from what I've heard, it's done correctly.
It's more mob. It's a mob show.
Yeah, it's exactly a mob show. So, or I'm assuming you're right because you watch it. I haven't seen it.
I saw it. It's great.
Yeah. So they're just pulling these characters out and trying to make them something. I mean, they're only really they're good villains, but they don't have enough of an interesting backstory, most of them, because kind of when they came out and how they were developed, that I don't see making it. Well, clearly they can't make good movies out of. Now, the thing with Madam Web, I don't know why you couldn't make that, but they evidently went in a way that just wasn't very good. Again, I haven't seen it because it didn't interest me, and I heard it got panned so hard. So
Dakota Johnson, who was the star... Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
that's okay. No.
Dakota Johnson, who was in it, even said that what she signed up for and what it turned into, it morphed, and then in hindsight, she was just kind of enamored with the whole comic book thing, and she signed on before, I think maybe before Morbius had come out, and then realized, oh no, what did I do?
Yeah,
What did I
they're
get
just
into?
they're just trying to milk this franchise. They're just trying to milk as much out of the Spider-Man universe as they can, and they're doing it terribly. And I got to say, part of it is they're probably just hiring the wrong people. And I know that sounds bad, but you can make better movies than this. But dear Lord, can people please stop hiring Jared Leto for shit?
What's the name of his band? Moons for Miami or Mars to Nothing?
I don't know.
So yeah, he's an Oscar winner. So and I'm not saying just that makes him a good actor, but
what's he
has some chops.
Yeah, I know, but good God, he's such I don't know. He just whatever. Morbius. I watched I never thought Morbius would be a good movie. I mean, they said we're gonna do Morbius, and I'm like, why?
Why? That's
Whose
when you say
favorite fucking character is Morbius?
Hey, there's
I
Ethel.
apologize, Ethel. I did not know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I take it back.
You tell him, Ethel. I'll tell you. Mine is what you say. I'll translate for you. Mine, motherfucker. You want to go? Let's go.
Hey, if
Kraven the Hunter.
if anyone listening here, their favorite comic book character, and I'll even do their favorite villain. I'll say your favorite villain. Well, he's not always a villain, but if your favorite villain / misunderstood villain is Morbius, feel free to write and tell me I'm wrong, and I will absolutely read it on the air and then ridicule you unmercifully.
They should spin off a Liam Neeson joint just about young Ra's al Ghul, de-age him, and then you can spin off Bane and his and Ra's al Ghul's daughter off of that, and that's a 3-picture thing right there. Let's go.
Well,
Done.
in fairness,
It'd be more interesting.
Ra's al Ghul, a story of Ra's al Ghul would be good. There's a lot of backstory for Ra's al Ghul. I would absolutely probably watch it. And honestly, no, not with him. I would not use the English dude as him. I would,
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, I love Liam Neeson.
He's too old now, too.
No, but beyond that, I mean, it's actually whitewashing a character. So
oh yeah, you're right.
So I liked it when they did Ra's al Ghul in some other things, and they've made him more
swarthy.
Yeah, sure. You can say that. Hey,
because I'm swarthy. I see how it is.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
okay, and that all has to do with lower decks.
I got a quick question for you. After the news today, are you carrying your papers with you everywhere you go?
I didn't even. What happened today?
Oh, they basically said it's all right to profile.
Did the Supreme Court say that?
Yeah, they came out on the docket and said, well, when taken with other things, since the predominance of people in LA that speak mostly Spanish and are in an area, and so they said they can go after brown people, basically.
I have a driver's license. I have my passport. I actually do have a copy of a short form birth certificate.
Dude, it made me feel even worse about the joke I made last podcast. I'm like, oh great.
I put on not on X, or on Twitter, on Blue Sky months ago when all this started. When there was some official that said, like, somebody was interviewing him, maybe even on Fox, was like, are you saying that just because of how somebody looks or what language they speak, you should be able to stop them and question whether they're and he was like, yeah,
that's exactly what they're saying.
And I went on Blue Sky. This is months ago. I'd have to go look months ago. And I said, for the first time in my life, having been born in San Antonio, Texas, raised, only lived in the United States and in Texas, first time in my life I ever felt unwelcome or weird about where I am residing.
Yeah.
And that's just weird. Okay, well, look, and all this has to do with Lower Decks, because Lower Decks is the fucking opposite of all that shit.
Yeah, it is happy, Star Trek, fun, great, awesome, and it has Dracula in it.
Because Dracula in it.
As they pointed out, Dracula is in the public domain, so everything should have fucking Dracula in it.
Speaking of a character that you can't go wrong with.
No. Well, yeah, you
can do
really
funny
can't.
Dracula, what we do in the shadows.
Yes.
You can do serious, sexy Dracula. We talked about this last time, I think. Maybe True Blood.
I haven't seen it. I'm not a huge Dracula guy.
Who was I talking to True Blood about?
I don't know. You might have been talking to me. I just don't tend to listen to you when you talk.
Well, there's that. That hurts me on the inside.
Well, in fairness, I'm going to hear it all again when we do the podcast, when I edit the podcast.
No, maybe I forget who I was talking to about that. But yeah, I'm just saying Dracula's, oh my God, so good. So this is Lower Decks. It's on this second class. Oh yeah. It's not the Constitution class. It's not the Star Trek Enterprise level starship.
Yeah, they do
secondary.
second contact. They do, or third contact.
They do the follow-up.
Yeah, they're the follow-up visit. So they go up and scoop up all of Kirk's bastards. Well, I guess not Kirk, Riker's bastards.
Yeah, Picard. Well, the Lower Deckers are Beckett, Boimler, Tendi is the
Orion slave girl. I mean
Orion.
Yes.
Orion person. I don't know, Orion. Yeah. And Rutherford's kind of like the cyborg guy.
Yeah, he's a cyborg.
And of course, I read in the comic, I'm hearing the voices from the show.
Oh, yeah.
And they're voiced by some really great people that are good in their own right.
I love that. I loved that show. It was great. I really. It's
still on, or is it done?
No, they finished. Yeah, they did. They finished
I didn't know
season.
it was the last season.
Yeah, with the whole ending and they really did well. But I've just really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed when they were on Strange New Worlds.
That was awesome.
That was so fucking cool.
Well, okay, so and I don't know their names, and I didn't pull this up. The young lady that does Beckett is correct me if I'm wrong, is she the one that plays, do you watch Shrinking or Shrinks? Or what's the psychiatrist movie?
Is that her? Yeah, Shrinking.
Is that her?
God. I don't know. Oh, God, I love Shrinking. This should just become a Shrinking really podcast. No.
Hey, welcome to the episode 1, season 1 of the Shrinking podcast. Is it Shrinking? Now I'm wondering.
Dude, I'm lucky when I get my name right.
You are lucky when you get your name right. Let's see. Tawny Newsome. No, she was in Space Force, which I did see.
Oh, so that's the woman in Space Force does the voice? Okay, that's awesome. I loved her in Space Force.
Lower Decks.
Okay.
She's got a pretty good resume, though. No, I don't know some of these.
So you just thought one black one was another black woman?
I was going to say, black woman.
Well, you were literally just going off voice, not the way, because it's just cartoon character.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll cut you some slack.
Well,
there.
she was in Strange New Worlds, but I didn't look it up. And then what's his face? Randy Quaid, Randy Quaid's nephew, I guess. The guy from The Boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He plays Boimler.
He's Randy Quaid's nephew?
Well, his dad is Dennis Quaid.
He is? Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. No?
Okay.
Am I confusing him with
I have no idea. I'm not arguing with you.
Jack Quaid. Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid's kid.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
And then I don't know who this lady is that plays Tendi, but she's pretty good.
Yes. I'm glad you're going over the...
She was a featured player on SNL. Did you know that? The 39th season?
No, I didn't. So I don't know where you're going over who does the voices of a comic book.
because I hear them in my head when
Okay.
we're reading the comic.
Oh,
And
okay.
then,
Just when you're reading the comic book, not like all the time.
well, that's actually very private and HIPAA protected. So let's just move on, shall we? So it starts out cold open. They're dealing with the hip. They have so many callbacks to like the original series, Star Trek: The Next
Oh yeah,
Generation, Deep
they
Space
break them down.
Nine,
They have the Badgie.
Space Hippies.
They have Badgie. Is it Badgie that they?
Yes.
that-
Oh my God. The evil
The evil
AI.
Oh my God, the evil AI.
which is very similar to the evil AI in Loki. Remember?
Oh yeah, it is.
And I don't know, chicken or the egg, or if one saw the other, or if it's just a Doom Patrol X-Men kind of thing. Where they
Yeah,
both
I
just
think
kinda
it's
came together.
kind of a similar. Because
Because who would do a funny thing about AI nowadays?
yeah, well, this was actually really out. Both of those were really out before the whole AI is as big as it is right now. So that was kind of cutting edge science fiction wise that they kind of jumped on that. So
it starts out with some hippie ship, like the hippies from the original series. I don't know if you remember that episode where the guitar playing hippies try to take over the Enterprise.
vaguely, again, I watched pretty much all of the episodes in junior high and not really
Gotcha.
since. So
See, and me, I started watching those when I was like in elementary school.
oh, okay, well, all right. I wasn't really allowed to watch TV in elementary school.
I was allowed to watch pretty much as much TV as I wanted to, I feel like.
Oh wow.
It was probably not a good thing, but
Well,
it happened.
what's weird though, because you watch way too much TV now, and I wasn't allowed to watch TV, and I watch way too much TV now. So I guess it doesn't really fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Also, really
Except,
early
no,
on,
it does matter because I can read and you can't. So
I context clues are really important from the pictures. The starships in the holodeck. Oh, and then they immediately go in the holodeck and are doing one of Captain Picard's detective holodeck things.
Yes.
And Tendi and Beckett are making fun of Boimler for like, are you serious? This is lame. And then she has little starships created that go pew pew pew. And then Ryan North is the writer in this, like in the other one, and he's got the little things at the bottom again, which are fucking hilarious.
yes, they are. They are
And
just
and he puts in there, now it's canon, that's little starships shooting their their whatever you call them. I should know that. The sound effect is pew 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 in comic books. So I thought that was nice. And then they decide to try to make a sentient AI.
Well, no, they're joking around. They said we want to have this is boring. This because Boimler is playing a hard-boiled detective, and they're like, lame. We need to add Dracula. We need to add a Dracula that can. They're trying to break the rules. There are rules because of
Sherlock Holmes. I mean, Moriarty.
Moriarty that you cannot that the holodeck will not let you makes a AI sentient thing
That can beat Data.
that can beat Data.
Whoops.
So while they keep trying to do it and it blips, and they do because they're like, oh no, that'll stop us. So make it this, make it this, make it this. But they're at a planet that they get beamed something, radiation waves or something hits the ship right as they do it again, and it glitches, and then boop, there is Dracula, who immediately attacks. So they shut him down.
They pause him.
Yeah, they pause him.
Oh, and hey, real fast, I didn't do this. I'm sorry to go back.
Okay.
Star Wars was written by
George Lucas.
the Star Wars comic book was written by
George Lucas.
J.W. Rinzler, and the art was by Mike Mayhew.
The art
I
was
have no
really
idea
good
if
in
there's
that.
any relation to Peter Mayhew. Who was the Mayhew and the actor that did something? Is that the guy who played Chewbacca?
I believe
Anyways,
so. Yeah.
okay, and
it
then
was a really good art in that.
the art was really good. And then the Star Trek Lower Decks was written by Ryan North of Squirrel Girl fame, last episode's comic. And then the art in this one was by Chris Fenoglio, who did a really good job of replicating the animation.
Yes.
And yeah, Dracula
Yes.
immediately tries to suck Beckett's blood.
Yes. And so
they
they pause
pause
him
it.
because they can't kill him, because they can't just delete the file because he's sentient, and they have rules about that.
Yeah.
So they're in trouble
they
because
get in
there are
trouble.
that's the whole point of this is they're in trouble. What's her name?
Beckett.
Beckett is the daughter of the captain, and she is there because she is a troublemaker. She started out as hard charging, and then has just become a purposeful fuck up throughout.
She's okay with being a lower decker.
Yeah, she's fine. Boimler wants to be a captain, and
Yes.
Boimler
His idol is, what's his face? Beard.
Riker.
Thank you.
Yes.
He loves Riker.
He loves Riker.
Their Riker on this is the number one on this is Jack Ransom.
Oh my God. And
He was so great.
Yeah, and I get, and it's not done by him, but I swear, what's his name is doing. Oh, what's the dude's name? Was in Community, and the
guy that voices him is the guy from
I know. No,
Stand By Me.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying, but he is. I swear he's doing. You've seen Joel McHale. I swear he's doing. They have him also drawn like Joel McHale.
Joel McHale was a former tight end at Washington University.
But he was a walk-on. He tells a story about that. Yeah, he was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was in rowing. He was talking about being in rowing. And they were hazing unmercifully, and one of his friends was on the football team, and they said, "Well, hey, come on and walk onto the football team. You're big. You can be a tight end." And he said he's like, they were cooler. They didn't haze like that, but good God, he got blown up by the starting defensive guys. He's like, those guys can hit so damn hard.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I cannot imagine. Like one time getting hit, I'd be like, nope.
He is not a small dude. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
He's big. He's a big dude.
So anyway, no, it just every time I see Ransom, I'm like, okay, you just couldn't get Joe McHale to do it? Actually, if they wanted him, they could have gotten him. It's like he loves to work.
Yeah, he'll work.
That is not a knock on him. That's good. He make a career. His stand-up was moderately funny, where he said he's a professional asshole.
Yeah. Hey, did I hear right that they're trying to do some kind of community?
They want to do a movie.
A movie?
Yes.
I'd be all for that. Minus Chevy Chase.
I would love. Yeah, well, they probably wouldn't have Chevy Chase because he's dead in the thing.
That's right. Well, okay, so they're going to a planet where they're trying to meet these people that have advanced technology. Might be in the Federation.
They decided they could be in the Federation. That they have advanced technology. They don't have warp drive. They have technology that's not quite warp, but everything else is at a warp level. So they don't. Right. They can go with them. And when they land on the planet, they discover that they're not.
It's like medieval times.
It's like medieval times, and they want to burn them as witches.
Well, and they land with the security dude, Shax, who is a Bajoran and has some anger management issue. What?
What's a Bajoran?
From Deep Space Nine, the planet.
I never watched Deep Space Nine.
You should. It's just a planet. It's just a race.
Okay.
They have the ridges on the nose. They have the little. And they all kind of.
Well, all humanoids just have some different facial ridges.
Yeah, they have facial ridges.
No, I'm just saying it's Star Trek.
And they have
any planet you go to has a humanoid, but with some sort of weird facial.
Well, speaking of humanoids, they do have the cat doctor, Dr. Ta'ana.
Yes. So
that's also kind of probably trippy for these people.
Yes.
To see the walking cat doctor, who is, let's say, a little rough around the edges.
Yes, she's definitely rough around the edges.
And in the show, her and the security guy, I say Shax. That's how I forget how they actually say it on the show. Her and Shax, the security Bajoran dude, they have a tawdry affair going on.
Yeah,
it's not tawdry in a bad way.
This is the second podcast in a row you brought up aliens having sex with each other.
Hey, don't kink shame me.
I'm not. I'm just pointing out. Is this a new thing for you?
I'm exploring different types of sexuality.
Okay. Jesus, Julie goes out of town and you want to fuck an alien.
I'm not. No, not me.
I know. You just want to watch two aliens.
I like watching.
Yes.
I like watching.
Why
do I go with? Why do I yes and the crap out of that? What's wrong with me? There's something broken when I'm yes anding that shit. Way to go, midlife crisis improv stuff I did around my 40th birthday. Okay, enough of that side whatever bunny trail. So they land on the wrong continent, essentially. There's one part of the planet that's very much not technologically advanced and is stuck in the medieval times. And there's another part that is super advanced, and they get accused by the super advanced people of breaking the planet's prime directive.
Yes.
And hijinks ensue.
Yeah, they're going to execute them.
Yes.
And the overall thing, they find out that it was, like you always do in Star Trek, they find out that the whole thing was kind of bullshit.
Yeah, the advanced people weren't.
They weren't the advanced people. They
stole it.
Yeah, they stole it because they were rough and tumble, and the other people were advanced. And then they attacked them because they were peaceful, and then took them over, and they regressed over years into medieval stuff.
Or Dracula? Does Dracula figure it out? It's been a second since I read this. I think Dracula they give Dracula like a makeshift mobile emitter.
Well, so yeah, Dracula. Yeah, Dracula ends up saving the day because when they open him back up, they give him fake blood
Yeah,
to live off of, and he decides, oh yeah, this is good, until he accidentally tastes somebody else's blood.
Like some real blood.
Yeah, he tastes. I think he gets Boimler's blood, and he's like, "Oh my God, you've been giving me that swill, and this is the most wonderful thing I've ever had in my life." But then they do the Star Trek thing. Instead of, okay, well, we have to lock him up, they were like, "Oh well, we can all just give you some blood," and he's like, "Oh, okay." And so he changes. It's beautiful Star Trek because it doesn't have to be violent. We can find a way. Most of the time, we can figure out a way to make this work. And so they did, because they'll give him his blood. And yeah, so he helps save the ship because he's not real. He's a hologram. So they gave him an emitter, and he goes and he figures this stuff out. And it was
There's
really,
a panels
really
with Dracula well done. In the middle where he's in the holodeck and he's in a chair controlling everything in the ship.
Well, because he was going to take over the ship.
You haven't seen Next Generation, or a lot of it.
I haven't seen all of it. Yeah, no.
Have you seen the ones with Barclay, the guy from A-Team?
No. Where
Barclay's awkward and spends too much time on the holodeck. Character.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I think I saw it got to the first one of those.
Where have you seen the one where he takes over the ship in the chair on the holodeck?
No.
Okay, so the panels where Dracula's in the holodeck with everything hitting his head, and it's just blank otherwise. Mm-hmm. That is directly from the Next Generation episode with Barclay, because Barclay gets knowledge implanted by some aliens that wants the Star Trek Enterprise to visit them, because that's how they explore.
Okay.
And so it's just a good. And at the end of each issue, Badgies gives all the references, which is nice.
Yeah, no, the only way I really know Barclay, and I was pleased when he showed up when I was starting to watch some Next Generation. Well, starting with season 3. It's that I saw him in Voyager.
Yes, it's awesome when he shows up in Voyager.
Yeah. So
he's a great character.
Yeah, he was a good character in Voyager. I liked that because he was doing the same thing, pretending to be part of Voyager.
Yes.
And being friends with them. So he immersed himself in there because he's trying to save them. So...
Well, and it's apparently in that reality, that kind of holodeck addiction is a thing.
No, I can see why it would be a thing.
Yeah, when it can be real. I mean, it's all touchy-feely real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, we just talked about that.
We did.
I liked immensely both of them.
I did. I would definitely read more Lower Decks.
I'm so bummed. I forgot that they did kind of tie it all up there at the end of the last season.
Yeah, they decided to move on, which is both good and bad. It's kind of nice to have a nice, concise, wrapped up thing. There was growth. They grew characters. They did. It was good.
They got advanced. They were not lower. Didn't they all get promoted at some point in Lower Decks?
They've all been promoted. Yeah, over the seasons they've gotten. Boimler is definitely on path to become a captain at some point, or at least higher rank. And what's her name? The Orion lady.
Yeah, Tendi.
Tendi is one of the new science officers, and
with a
Vulcan. And they complement each other very well.
Yes.
And so, that's the thing I like about Star Trek. It's like we can use our brains.
And they can have some action too.
Well, yeah, it's fun, but I mean, it gets right down to it. Oh, here's the violence. Oh, wait, but what if we just
What if we actually try to figure this out?
Yeah, what if we don't?
Well, speaking of, and also, you're right, that crossover, when they had the live action crossover of the Lower Decks people on Strange New Worlds. Speaking of that, I would love to see Jack Quaid as Boimler in something at some point. How cool would that be?
Well, see, that's the thing. Because of that, they could. I mean, they have the actors. If they wanted to put them in something, they can just slide them into anything that's in that time period.
Well, my Star Trek pants are going crazy because Strange New Worlds is coming out right now every week.
Have you been watching it?
Yeah.
Okay, is it good?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I haven't watched the new season.
I like it.
Cindy hasn't seen all of the Strange New Worlds, so we're probably going to have to do a whole rewatch because I'm all caught up till the next, which it's fine. I've only seen it once, so I'm going to... we're watching some other stuff right now, but I'm like, we'll do a rewatch.
Yeah, I mean, although the thing about Stranger Worlds that's just getting to me now, I don't know why, or it's a pet peeve or something. Is his name Anson Mount? The guy that plays Captain Pike?
Uh-huh.
His hair is getting out of control. The height.
Are you jealous?
I mean, it's turning into a fade.
Are you jealous?
Hey, look, you know what? I have pretty good hair. But
I know you have really good hair.
Yeah,
and you're just, no,
the amount of product.
It's not a knock on your hair. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
can see where you're like, I kind of want to do that. Why can't I do it?
I was going to say that I would have to use so much product to get my hair to just stand up. He's adding, but you know what? He is adding like 4 inches to his height.
Hey,
maybe 5.
You'd be almost 6 feet tall.
If I added 4 inches, I would be 6 feet tall. I had to do the math there.
Oh my God! If I added 4 inches, I would also be over 6 feet tall.
Okay, we get it. You're tall.
Than you.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, we're patting ourselves on the back on that one.
Yes.
Those were.
We did good. We did good. We enjoyed those.
I did. Hey, so what are we doing next time?
Well, Hav and I have already discussed what we're doing next time because we are recording this on September 8th, and this is,
by the way,
which is a Monday, and it is due out on Friday. So we are also recording on Thursday, the next one. So I hope Hav has started reading what I suggested for him.
Of course I have. I'll get it read. But before we get to that,
so that was a no.
I will. Hey, they're comic books. I can read them in a night or two. September 8th, 1966. The first episode, the Captain Pike pilot of Star Trek, the original series, premiered.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. That's kind of
cool. 59 years ago today was the premiere of the original pilot with Captain Pike that then they decided to redo and change some things up because they couldn't have a woman in pants as number one. And so
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Happenstance. Today's Star Trek Day.
Wow.
As opposed to First Contact Day, which is in April.
I didn't know that that's why they changed it.
Well, that was one of the critiques.
There was a woman. And she was wearing pants.
They didn't like that, and then when they wanted to redo it, I forget why the captain ended up bowing out. They kept Spock. They changed out the doctor. I mean, a lot of things were different.
Yeah.
But you know what? In the premiere or the pilot with William Shatner, McCoy / DeForest Kelly's not in that one either. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
It's a different doctor.
They had an older doctor
in
some of the episodes that I've seen, and I didn't ever figure out what that was about because I was watching it as a kid. But that would probably be it. But DeForest Kelly was a much better doctor.
I can't believe I almost forgot to mention that. But today we're recording this September 8th, 1966.
Oh, very cool. So
okay.
So Hav, what are you suggesting that we read next time that I've already read?
A comic book.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it a good comic book?
It's called Fire and Ice.
Yes.
Welcome to Smallville.
Yeah, and it is. I enjoyed it, just so you know.
Oh, good.
I'll enjoy talking about it. I am going to suggest Minor Threats by Patton Oswalt.
And you sent me the screenshot. Is that on Hoopla?
It is.
Okay.
I sent it to you as the thing you could. I thought I sent it to you so you could just download it.
Well, I don't try to borrow. If you don't borrow stuff like right after midnight or early in the morning, they run through their daily limit daily.
Yeah. No, that's, you have to do it. I wake up in the morning and do it. Although I think Minor Threats, when I sent it to you, was part of their unlimited borrows.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, because I think that was because I saw it and because I was going through those, I was like, holy crap, I've been meaning to read that because I haven't read it. Well, I'm reading it right now, but I hadn't read it. This is just a whatever, and I'm going to probably be doing that this year, is pulling stuff that I haven't read that I want to read and just suggesting it.
Well, hey,
so if I throw some stinkers out this year, that's going to be why.
I had not read Lower Decks. That's why I didn't know that Ryan North had also written it.
Well, that just cracked me up. Because the minute I opened it up, I was like, but he said he wanted to do more by Ryan North. And I know if he'd have known he wrote this, he'd have said, hey, see, I told you I was going to do more.
Nope. I'm many things. Sometimes not very. Sometimes I just don't. I don't get into the minutia.
The minutia.
Okay, well, cool. And then we're all set to go, and we will be recording in a few nights, episode 3. So this is another episode of our pod. We have once again become pod people for the night. And I just want to thank Charles for becoming a pod person with me tonight and doing all the heavy lifting, the editing, the producing, the publishing. I didn't thank Patrick the other day, your brother, but again, all he does the website. Send me email, top right corner, and he did the intro music. So very cool.
Yeah, he also did some updates on the website. If y'all want to go, it's havandcharles.com.
Shoot, I didn't know that. I'm going to go to the website.
Yeah, well, he did that. He sent me a text.
Cool.
He does good stuff when he does it.
Yeah, he does.
So I want to thank all of y'all that listen. each and every one of you. Y'all are awesome. It's kind of cool to see that some people are listening. It'd be cool to hear from you if you want, but if you don't, I understand. I don't ever send anybody an email either. So thank you very much.
And to Eric, real fast before I forget, I am trying to find a good volume of Moon Knight for us to read. I just haven't found one that I think would be a good. I don't know. I found something, but I wasn't like, let me do some more digging. So yeah.
Okay. So, well, thank you very much, everybody. Y'all have a great one. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.